Hello, my name is Andrea Garcia, and this is my signature assignment presentation. Throughout this presentation, I will introduce the topic that I chose and explain the case study of the person that I chose, as well as any diversity and inclusion challenges the person had to face, what they inspired me throughout their story, what I learned, steps that other people can avoid having the similar experience that this person had, conclusion, questions about the case study, and of course references. The topic I chose was about immigration, and it involves an immigrant story. The story introduces the struggles that this person had to endure to obtain the basic rights that I believe everybody should be entitled to. This case study is specifically about Emiliano Ruelas Sosa. He was born in Manzanillo, Colima, Mexico, and at the age of 5 months, he and his family immigrated to Salem, Oregon. He recalls having little friends, and also he recalls being bullied as a child. Despite all that, he does remember and has great memories of having his tight-knit family. He remembered being eager to get his driver's license when the proof of legal residence law was lifted in Oregon. Through his father's and his determination, they were both able to pass the driver's license exams. And this is a picture of Emiliano. Ruelas explains how his experience of prejudice as a young child. Prejudice is defined as a negative assumption or prejudgment members from a specific group. He recalls the kids in his 4th grade class calling him illegal, but not fully understanding that the impact the term had in general, not just on him. And due to the prejudice and bullying he went through, he had little friends and felt isolated. It was only when he was in high school and started doing his activities that he became friends because they all had similar interests. I found the most inspirational part of his story to be his perseverance. Although he did have to deal with some prejudice and bullying from his peers, and he had some obstacles regarding his legal status, that did not stop him from pursuing the American dream, or at least his version of the American dream. He put in work with his father in his landscaping business, and he dedicated his time to his studies to eventually get accepted to Salem Willamette University, and not only took the time to study for his permit and driving test, he also went to the DMV almost every day to try to get his test earlier than his appointment date. He explains that his appointment was in May, and he was starting to go as early as February to try to get that earlier test. Throughout his story, he has demonstrated time and time again his dedication and perseverance to achieve that American dream. An important thing that I learned while researching his story was the number of obstacles that immigrants have to go through to get that sought out American dream. In Rahalia's story, he showed that due to his legal status, he was not able to get his driver's license until the law was lifted in 2019, and it was only passed and went into effect in 2021 in the state of Oregon. And in my opinion, having the opportunity to drive and have a driver's license is just a basic human right, and that anybody should have regardless of their legal status, because it's just driving and people should be able to get to where they want to go at any time. Steps that can be taken to ensure that people do not have a similar experience in the future is ensuring programs such as DACA, which helps young people such as Ruelas continue their lives in the United States. Like he and many others, they come when they're very young and they only know the United States. The only difference is that they were born in another country, but other than that, they grew up here, they make advances for the United States, and they only know the United States. They're not very familiar from where they are from or where they are born from. Other things that we can do is lift laws such as the driving law that allows immigrants to be able to achieve more things in the United States. In conclusion, after taking a deep dive into his story, it really opened my eyes the obstacles that many immigrants must endure. It also opened my eyes that despite these obstacles, they are not depleted of the perseverance and determination to follow and achieve the American dream. Some questions that I have is if they don't have proof of legal residence at the DMV, does that put them at risk, especially of being deported? Did Rohelias graduate and achieve the American dream? And since this case study, have there been more laws that have been lifted? And that is my presentation. Here are my references. Thank you.